Doing the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie as we embark on Tuesday morning. Odie, we're already getting reports of an accident, Highway 21 near Philadelphia.
Oh,
so keep that in mind.
Yes, if you're on 21, be careful.
We hope to get some more information on that very shortly from now.
Yeah.
Use caution, and a little bit more caution.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't have too much. Just
Another day has come and gone. We're expecting somewhere anywhere from 79 to 81 for the high. Slight chance of rain, making way for sunny skies and perfect weather tomorrow.
Got a parade coming, so no rain in the forecast. You can't beat that. Good day to go and celebrate. This afternoon should be good for painting up signs.
That's going to begin at, is it 3:30?
3:30. We'll look on there. Aces is providing everything. They're providing the poster board, the paint, the markers, all that stuff. All you've got to do is show up at Dumont Plaza.
It is.
And
3:30.
3:30, and they'll have all that done, and you'll be able to make signs welcoming Jamal home. Whereas last night he was picked as a top 3 contender. So.
Now it's and we'll show you some of that in a minute. But it's the cowboy guy and the blonde-headed girl.
Yeah,
I don't know what she does.
I don't either. And let's see. I was texting last night. Let's see. So Brianna Nix.
That's her name.
And John Foster are the two that will be on the finale with Jamal Roberts. And boy, this is crazy to even say, because y'all know Jamal is a Meridianite, a PE teacher at Crestwood, which I see is a blessing for these kids. All the kids he's come in contact with over the years.
If you've seen the post from Crestwood Elementary of the kids, it's cute.
And all it takes, if one kid looks at Jamal and says, I'm getting inspiration for that, to change his life, it's worth it, that one kid. But I really think that Jamal has reached out and shown a whole lot of kids in elementary that, hey, there's a future. And you put your mind to it and do something, you can. I tell you, there's a lot of people that voted for this man, and
it sure has.
Pushing through, don't stop. There's one more vote.
Is that how it works? And I've been mostly watching clips. I guess last night was the first time that I kind of watched it, and it's not anything like I expected. I didn't realize that they were picking Disney songs, which seemed kind of unfair, because if that's not your genre of music that you're good at, why make someone do that? Because you're not going to sing that later. That's not what you're going to be doing to make a living. That's my 2 cents.
What was his last song that he
Beauty
did?
and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
He done a good job with that.
I was impressed. It shows his skill set, I guess you could say.
Some of that stuff I listened to, Odie, was horrible.
Well, I agree with you on that.
And I just thought that's
me and you.
But it was ruining someone's chance of doing what they do. That's just my opinion. I don't know much about those shows. I don't watch any of them, to be honest with you.
When they showed Beauty and the Beast, I went, what? And by that time I got that text from you going, Beauty and the Beast, question mark? And I was like, I'm thinking the same thing. And but he got up and he sang it.
He did.
And he went in, don't know this song. How do you learn a song that you don't know and still be able to sing? I guess that's why we don't sing.
We can't sing, period. And I don't understand the theme thing. And I sure miss the days of what's his face that used to be on there that told him.
Simon?
Yeah, Simon that told him.
You stink.
Go home. Go away.
It was.
I miss that. That added some oomph to it. And I haven't watched it since Simon was on there. But we're very proud of our Meridianite over the obstacles of giving him a. Is it a theme each week? Is that what?
No. I think that was just it. It got down to these 5, and hey, this is on ABC, right? Who owns?
Yeah, Disney.
Disney. So this is, from what I hear in some reports, business is down a little bit. So this is one way to pick up and advertise for Disney. And
I can think of several ways to make Disney better again. Make it family oriented again.
Well, it's only $1,000 a person a week or something like that. Don't take me there. That's not right.
It could be higher.
Not cheap. Yeah, it could be higher. It's not cheap. Well, we're not going to go.
I get into you can't have Pearl Day and things of that nature, and it'd be family vacations. And they may not be the ones to do that. May be Six Flags that done that. But my.
There's some information coming. We're waiting for all that to be posted for tomorrow night. Y'all be careful because downtown will be sealed off, not just closed, but sealed off.
Well, let's show this as we get into this. The parade and concert. Now, it will begin at 5:30 as we see here.
Yeah, the parade lineup. And Thursday was the last day to sign up, I think is what that said. But you'll have, I think the parade lineup begins at 4 o'clock. Or is it today that the parade, no more registration?
Today at noon is the end of registration.
All right, so, and then that lines up at Lauderdale County Courthouse from the backside, 26th Avenue on the south gate coming through. Well, come up to the courthouse off of 26th Avenue, and then follow that south side gate all the way around to 22nd Avenue, and it's going to be lined
where
up
the new
all
Chick-fil-A
down through there.
is going to be.
Yeah, opposite side of the drive. That's called Government Boulevard now, I believe, is what that road is. So that's where that's going to be. And then at 5:30, this parade starts. And it will end at City Hall. And then the mini concert will take place with the filming from American Idol. So lots of people going to be there. It's going to be a good night.
We look forward to it, and we hope everyone has a great time. There's going to be a lot of visitors to Meridian during this. So we are excited. We'll be featured on a national show. That is good for our town. Don't you think?
I think so. I mean, I really do. And the investment of up to $20,000, I mean, you can't buy commercials like that.
Nope. And Odie, I didn't even know that we had a show called America's Got Talent. Simon is on there?
You didn't know that?
Never heard of it.
Yeah. What? Sure, it's got Howie Mandel on there.
Oh, that's number one reason I wouldn't watch it.
They've got some good stuff. I don't like it when singers go on America's Got Talent because there's 2 other platforms for singing. That's for other skills.
So there's 3 shows out there now. You got American Idol, The Voice, and then America's Got Talent.
Yeah, so American Idol and The Voice is strictly singing.
Okay.
And then America's Got Talent is
you can juggle.
You can do all kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's magic. It's juggling. There's some dancing. There's puppeteers. There's all kind of stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Huh. Didn't know that even existed in this world.
Yeah, they got some good stuff.
See, we all learned something together.
Yeah.
Welcome. We'll be right back as we get our day underway. Morning. It's 62 now.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi, folks. Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We had a question about what time the parade began, Odie.
Yeah, 5:30. Lineup is at 4. At 5:30, boom, first one goes out. So, and it's limited amount of people. So, if you want to attend as a parade entry, you need to hurry up and get that in before noon today. Yep, I think it's $35.
30 or 35, because at first I was hearing there was not a charge, and now I'm hearing there is a charge.
Yep.
Okay, so that, and I don't know what the money goes toward. I hadn't been told.
I got to take money to Mama. The Brookdale wagon is going to be in.
Oh, are they?
And I told them, I said, look, y'all don't worry about that fee. I got you.
Good job there, Odie.
I'll take care. Mama having fun down there, so.
Yeah, she was on the van last time they had a parade.
Yeah,
I saw her hanging out the window.
She is living her best life, I can promise you.
The parade is 5:30 on Wednesday. We got good news here. This is open back up, Odie, as the Lauderdale County Road and Bridge announced that Causeyville Road back open. They had to do some repairs yesterday, and it is open to travel again.
Good job by those guys. Worked hard, worked fast to get that done, so that's great.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump to one of the main stories that happened yesterday. This is a picture live on scene as we arrived at Westgate Hills. Now, if you were traveling down Highway 19 behind Tractor Supply, that is Mosby Road, that will go to a stop sign, and if you go due east, that will take you to Westgate Hills Drive.
Okay, yep.
And that would go on over towards State Boulevard, if I'm not mistaken, if you go to the end of that. That is about where this happened. It was the 5,000 block of Westgate Hills, and there would be a shooting that took place, Odie. Let me see if I can move this. This is a bird's eye view of what was going on. Let me expand this where we can see this pretty good. This is the scene. As we look down the street here, I was back on top of a hill. The shooting took place down here. A young man was found on the side of the road right here, as we see tons and tons of medical people that are on the scene that are trying to save a life. We do believe he was shot at least twice. Could be more. I had people in the area tell me, homeowners, that they heard 4 shots. I do have confirmation that it was at least 2 that struck. He was taken to a local hospital for care immediately. He alive, to my knowledge. I don't know the condition after he left. So that's what we know at this point. This is when things started going. And here's a picture here of things when they took a different turn. The suspect that was involved in this was believed to have went into a home. It was surrounded by police. As many of you watched the live feed, as we had the different task force show up, block the drive, and demanded the person by megaphone to come out. We eventually had one person exit the home that was not the suspect. He came out and walked off and stood off. Well, actually, we had 2 people. We had a female come out in the beginning, and then a male came out. And then the police continued to stay there for another 30 to 40 minutes. The male was not in there. Now, I wouldn't bet the farm that he was ever in there. It is unclear if he ran in, ran out. I had others saying, I saw someone that fits this description jump in the passenger seat of a car and drive away. So it's under investigation. So we're not 100% sure if he was ever in there. but it was believed to be at one point. They were combing the area. If I were a betting man, they do have a suspect by now after interviewing the person who was shot. I would think that they have a general idea of who this may be. Sometimes things happen, you don't know someone, but most of the time you know who is involved in this or give a good description to match someone. So we await for details on this, and hopefully the person that done this will be taken into custody. I have not been given any indication that the neighborhood needs to be on high alert, that this was random. I think that this dealt with two people that possibly knew each other. I cannot guarantee that. And again, let me say this, as we always do in dealing with this, information changes as we get this, and we give you as much as we can as it's happening up until the moment that arrest is made and the information that is given to us. But no official word that there's a threat from anyone from the Meridian Police Department. My gut is they have a good idea who it might be, but we have not been officially told that, or a sketch, or who they're looking for. I get all that out?
You did. You did. They can't release everything until during the investigation. So I just prayers go out for him and his family.
Yeah. So as we get this, we're going to let you know as soon as we do. A situation there, and it was a lot of emergency officials on that scene, was it not?
I tell you, that picture was full of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Meridian Fire Department, Metro,
Jump to the
MPD. That is a full picture to jump down in there to help this young man.
So we wish a full recovery, and as soon as we get more information on that, and we don't know the severity of this, we have not been given an update of the gunshot. We have not been told anything on that at this point. So,
but do think he's alive?
Yes, I do think he's
good.
alive, but I don't know how serious it was. It may be non-life threatening, but no clue on that. That's right.
Man upstairs. Let's keep him going.
Knows all of that there.
Yes.
Let's see. We had this happened yesterday. Sebastopol, y'all stay busy over there.
I can hear Greg now. Can't park there.
And that's what happened as we found an 18-wheeler off in the bushes.
Ow. Boy, that'll get you going.
That's a brief look at that as and an assumption here, he kind of lost control.
Well, I hope he wasn't trying to turn around.
He didn't do too good at it, did he?
He didn't do too good. He's longer than he thought he was.
Oh. Does it look like a 41? That does look like 41.
It does look like him.
Standing there taking care
He's
of
talking
that.
there going, I don't know what happened.
But I tell you, it is always busy over near Sebastopol. So watch those roads are wet. Be cautious. Be cautious.
And you know, our prayers go out for the highway patrol, because these men and women, they have a huge area that they have to cover. MPD covers Meridian, Lauderdale County Sheriff covers Lauderdale, and they help on outside. They'll go outside if they need to. But Highway Patrol, they're everywhere. They're almost like Scotty Ray.
And a lot of times
They're
by themselves.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
and I say this as you brought that up. Do you remember it was someone who went in and tweaked a video? Didn't show the whole thing of an officer fighting with three people. This was some year and a half ago. It was a highway patrolman. He was by himself. He had pulled someone over, and their friends come up behind him.
It was a Mississippi Highway Patrol.
Sure was.
Yeah.
And it was three people that came to the scene, and they all jumped on the highway patrolman while he was by himself. Somehow or another, that boy took on four people and arrested all of them.
Yeah.
It's a wonder the man made it. But he is what you'd almost call him a Hong Kong Phooey, because he made it through that somehow.
He did. Well, I can tell you how it did. He said, Lord, I need you. And the Lord said, you know what? You follow thee, and I'm going to help you.
Okay, he used some language there on us.
Yeah.
But it was a whooping that went on. And then the people that were involved with that took they were videoing it, one of them, and they tried to make it look like he was hurting someone that was in handcuffs. So the Mississippi Highway Patrol released the entire video of what happened, and it changed everything. Be careful. What is that old saying about don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see?
That's right. That's
Sometimes it can be deceiving, Odie.
You know, there was I guess it was a special that came on, and it talked about video forensics and how this ends up in court. And they said, here's the video, and it shows this one man doing something to this man. But when you break it down and you do the video enhancement, and then you go frame by frame and frame, it changed the whole scenario 180%.
And that's why you
wow.
will see me, and a lot of times use the word alleged on things like this. When you get video, you have no way of knowing if it was altered or not.
That's right.
You don't know. Somebody could have took something out and put it in. They could be good at editing, and you would not know.
Could be AI.
Yeah, and you can make people say things that they really didn't say with AI. So you have to be very cautious on the way you do that, and that would ruin somebody's reputation if you don't do that. So you try to be as fair as you can about all this as you can.
And that's unless you take the video, you can't say 100% if that's.
You can't raise that right arm and go.
That's right. That's a hearsay, I guess it'd fall under.
Yeah, there's a lot of hearsay there.
Yeah. Man,
We hear a
tough.
lot of hearsay, don't we?
We are. Just a little bit.
We'll be right back.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
We are back. He was typing.
I was trying to figure out what a last name was.
Oh.
That's called investigating reporting.
Look at
Look at
We're
there.
going to get to the truth. Might have to ask a question, but that's how you do it.
It is. Hey,
You know,
during
come
the shooting that happened yesterday, we had an episode on I-20, and if you were anywhere near Meridian, it was like, whoa, what's wrong? I can't make it westbound. Here's what happened. We had a medical emergency, Odie, as this would turn out, as this truck slammed into the barrier. And again, this would shut traffic down, as we all know. Just a pause in traffic, it backs up for miles upon miles.
I need to get with MDOT and see if what the latest number of the traffic count is that come through Meridian, because it's up there.
And I want to show you that. Now, imagine, Odie, if that barrier was not there, what would have happened?
Oh, right into oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
And it didn't go straight across, most likely. It would have gone up the highway. Chances of hitting somebody or getting hit extremely high.
And that's a bird's eye view there, backed up 22nd Avenue. That was at 151, some 2 to 3 miles west of there. And the traffic went all the way back past Sam's at some point there.
And look at the amount of trucks.
Woo! Y'all don't realize what passes through Meridian. I wish you would get that number.
Yeah, I need to get an update number, because it is absolutely amazing the amount of traffic that we have come through Meridian.
Well, there you go. There, we had a foot chase yesterday.
Oh,
Boogie there.
Uh-oh.
Police officers everywhere on foot. And how this originally came about was someone made a call in that said there's an abandoned home near me, and there's a guy hanging out over there. So police came, and when they arrived on scene, he went whoof. He took off. So a foot chase began. And it went, and it went, and it went, and then Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department arrived, and a few other people arrived, and next thing you know, it looked like there was a barbecue going on. There was so many cops there. He was taken into custody without incident. We don't know what the final charges on this will be, but he was taken into custody, arrested, however you want to say it with cuss, and taken downtown. I'm sure there's some fleeing charge, but there could have been more involved with this. Trespassing. There's numerous things that could be with it. We hadn't gotten any official word as to exactly what he was charged with.
Maybe that's why cops like donuts so much. It's sugar, and boy, sometimes they need that pick 'em up and for a rush. It's taken this long, 54 years to figure that out.
Ooh, boy.
Sheriff, why hadn't you let us know that was the real reason? It was the sugar behind them donuts.
I couldn't have enough sugar to chase nobody through the woods no more. Those days are gone.
Your adrenaline picks up and you can chase them.
You think so?
When you catch them and you stop, you're like... That's when it catches up with you.
I carried a big box in my shop the other day, and I had to sit down and go, ooh. Took me a minute or two to get caught up.
I need to exercise more.
Woo. We go back to Meridian for our next headline. Shad White. Or is everybody?
Shad been back here?
Shad has made an arrest in Meridian, dealing with Meridian Public Schools. Now, the school has also put out a statement on this as well. As we go here to Shad White, as he released a statement yesterday. As we go to here, this is a former Meridian School District employee. He announced that his special agents from Jackson's arrested Candace Morris. She was a former Meridian Public School District employee for allegedly embezzling funds that had been collected for the purpose of performing drug screening and new employee background checks for the district. Most of this was done in cash, and it's saying it's a possibility that she may have used this for her own purpose. She could face up to 20 years in prison, $5,000 fine as we wait for this to go to trial. But that is who it is, and that's what we know at this point.
In cash.
So
we got to do a urine test. We go to the doctor, we take the urine test, and they send the county a bill.
It's the way I thought it was all done. I don't know how the cash got involved. But it was followed back on that, improper spending of taxpayer dollars. And again, we'll find out more. This happened in Quitman not long ago of somebody with a band that was arrested. They do their due diligence to stay on top of this. Shad White has definitely made a name for himself in the state of Mississippi of cracking down on all of this.
He has, and we still don't know if he's wanting to broaden his horizon and move up to governor, do we?
My informants tell me there is a strong possibility that that's going to happen.
So we know Hoseman's in there.
Okay, Hoseman, let me go over here and find this. Hang on here, Odie. I got it somewhere pulled up. And if you want to watch the video, and I'll tell you what, we'll just do that real quick as we go here. And this will take us to our YouTube page. And let's just hit play and let him talk. As what else have you been doing? And I point blank asked you this before, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask it again. You know where I'm going. Yeah, I can see it on your face. Are you going to run for governor?
Yeah, we're looking at doing that, and then I expect that we will go run for governor. I'm not finished yet.
But with all things politics, you have to start planning a couple of years out and know what you're going to do.
Yeah, and we're starting that, and of course you start at home. The first person to decide is you and the family, and then we're by that stage, and now we're out to see whether people will think we've done a good job and will they hire us again. And we're very interested in looking at, and we'll end up running for governor this next time.
So we have it there straight from Delbert Hoseman. He will run for governor. He said it again. I went to a luncheon yesterday that he also seconded that he's going to be running for governor. So here are the unknowns that we know. We have one person that has stepped up, said they're going to run for governor. That's Hoseman.
Right.
We hear rumors that there's a possibility that Lynn Finch, the Attorney General, may run. Shad White. And then
Duff. I don't know why I said that.
Who owns the richest man in the state of Mississippi, him and his brother.
Owns Southern Tire Mart and a bunch of
car lots, Toyota Meridian
around here.
Hattiesburg.
Everything there.
Insurance companies, and may even own a bank or two. I'm unsure about the bank, but I'm a businessman without a doubt. And if he were to enter the race, would this change politics altogether in the state of Mississippi, to where a person who owns a business runs the state of Mississippi like a business.
Well, we see where a businessman was elected to run the country. Now, Mississippi is nowhere near in dire straits as the United States was with being in debt. So I don't think we're really in debt in Mississippi.
Well,
I think we're good as far as that. But a business sense, would that be good for Mississippi?
In one way, you would. They understand what it is to take money in, take money out. As Hoseman talked yesterday, one of the biggest challenges that Mississippi faced, and they're changing this, especially for teachers and retirements, that is, they were running out of money for people who've already paid in. Now, I don't know who to blame as we back up a few years ago when Mississippi got all that tobacco money and ain't nothing left. Politicians ran through it like a bull in a china shop. It was there, they took it, and it should have. I don't know how you protect it from politicians to where you can put money aside where they cannot touch it regardless.
Well, you have to pass a law.
We wouldn't be in debt had they not blown that money.
Darn. And I don't have dollar figures. We've had somebody on here that talked about it before, but with the lottery money, we're seeing some roads being done, some highways being repaved. School systems, they got a big influx with our lottery dollars that are coming into the state and into our area. We see that. Well, I mean, look at what could be, because we're still waiting.
Yep.
In about 5 or 6 years, you could see some of this in lieu of money coming through with the data center that's going to put a nice chunk in our school district. They turn around and get a nice chunk. Is that going to help the taxpayers? Are they going to relieve some of the tax burden that the taxpayers are paying to the school side and replenish it with what they're getting from this data center? That we'll see how that plays out.
And Colton, you're absolutely right. The state of Mississippi receives a lot of federal funding. Our state is on the low end of the totem pole of revenue because we don't have much business and industry in the state, and that's 100% correct there.
And the majority of it is going to free insurance.
Insurance and other things throughout the state. Shad White or Duff would be my vote, LaWanda says. And we hope to have Shad White before long to talk with us, and we'll get in touch with Duff and see if he'll come on to talk with us as well as to what his plans are. Now, publicly, he has not said one way or the other. But there's a lot of people going, something's up.
It's one of those where you look at Shad and say, hey, I'm glad to see you move forward. I'd support you if you were governor. But I sure hate to see you leave as auditor.
Now, the question will be,
understand
and I haven't gotten any official word as to who will most likely start eyeing Lieutenant Governor. Now, Lieutenant Governor holds all the power because they
split the vote in the Senate. They run the Senate, and the Speaker of the House runs the House.
And he makes the agenda of what they're going to vote on.
That's
so it is a lot of things go through the Lieutenant Governor's office. So there's going to be some people wanting that bad too. But again, that GOV on the back of your coat that says Gov, a lot of people want that title.
That's right. That's something that comes with some honor.
Most powerful position in Mississippi is the Lieutenant Governor.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's the title that attracts so many people that want to run for governor. We've had a good run, and I hope we're prosperous and continue to do this the way we're doing.
And if Shad moves forward, I'm sure he's already got somebody in play that he's
going to
kind of
support,
grooming, and say, hey, this is someone that I've groomed, I've handpicked. He's going to reflect me. Boy, will that go a long way.
Yeah, an endorsement from there. Yeah.
Oh, huge. So, but you know what? The only way you can make changes for Mississippi or Lauderdale County or Meridian is vote. That's where it all takes place. And Meridian's got a vote coming up June 3rd. That is for our next mayor.
And council people.
And the council. We've still got 4 seats there to fill on the council.
We'll be down at the courthouse, City Hall that night to tell you about that.
Bring all that to you live as it comes through. But it starts at the poll. Every one of you need to show up, not a few.
And will voter turnout be down? It possibly could. We hope not. We're going to hound you in between now and then about getting out to vote. We want you to do that. All right, it's 7:35. We've got more coming up at the Scotty Ray Report with Scotty Ray and Odie.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
I don't know.
Good morning, Scotty Ray and Odie, and we see a familiar face.
Yeah, our old buddy Kirk out there working at the Lauderdale County Welcome Center. Let me tell you, if you're from out of town and you come into Mississippi and you stop there and that's the first fella you meet, boy, you talk about somebody doing right.
We've known Kirk forever and a day.
Yeah, now
good people.
That picked everybody up. They're going to enjoy being here now.
But that made me question the next thing. Is the Welcome Center back open?
Yeah, let us know, Kirk. Y'all back open.
It's been blocked off for quite some time now for renovations, I believe.
I think it was. Yep.
So there you go. So
man, what a happy face and a good guy. I mean, a solid guy.
Yes, sir, Bob. Let's go back to something that'll scare you if you're not careful there.
I bet she'll whoop you too.
Yeah, she's scary. I mean, we talk about women that scare you. This is a woman that scares me.
Yeah, I bet she didn't get back talked to.
No, sir, Bob. Biafra, born in 1922.
Oh, yeah. Maud.
And whatever her name was on the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Probably at this point, everybody knows her from that rather than the Maud thing.
Yeah,
It is getting that way. Look, this is one of my all-time favorites. I think he replaced Festus, if I'm not mistaken. He would be known, or were they on there at the same time?
I want to say they were there at the same time.
Newly has a birthday today. Buck Taylor, if you'll remember him, a part of Gunsmoke. I liked him better than Dennis Weaver did. Than he was. Chester, he played a part of that.
Yeah.
But Buck Taylor, he was a cowboy among cowboys upon that show, and I sure liked it a whole bunch there. Richie Valens, The Day the Music Died. Are y'all familiar with him?
Oh, man.
La Bamba, the movie.
That was a good movie.
It was. And this is the real-life guy here on the left. And, of course, that's Lou Diamond Phillips who played in the movie.
I couldn't think of it.
I had to think of the Red Pony.
It's like, there you go.
Greatest show that's been on in quite Longmire. Let's see what else happened today. What was this? Perfect Strangers. He was in a lot of stuff. Yeah, nobody's going to know him. Would you remember?
No, yeah. I mean, I see the face.
That's the face, but it was Perfect Strangers, but nobody's going to remember that. Sam Ann.
There may have been some people that saw that movie or that TV series. It went on forever, Lost. I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about. But maybe you recognize that face. We'll take him out of rotation there. That I don't think anybody knows who he is.
He was on Forrest Gump. Where?
Remembering what he played on Forrest.
That wasn't a school teacher, was it?
No. He was a little short fellow there.
Okay. Your mama sure care about your education, boy.
That was wrong, Odie.
Next.
Let's move on. Let's go back to.
Never saw that coming, did he?
1950s Stevie Wonder was born today. And what a career he has had. A talent there, without a doubt there. Now, of all the movies I've ever watched, this guy really portrayed this as you go back to remember. Gary Cooper passed away back in 1961.
Wow.
I liked Gary Cooper. He was an actor among actors.
Only saw him on reruns.
He passed away before I was born.
Yeah.
Do you remember Lori White? She was a country music singer. That's My Baby.
Yeah.
Lead Me Not Into Temptation. I Can Get There All on My Own. And she was at the end of a very famous movie.
She was an art person that lived way off the road.
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's a Waylon Jennings sticker on the back of her truck.
It was.
And
Wilson. The Tom Hanks movie.
Tom Hanks had to deliver a package that he kept that whole time when he was in a plane crash.
Sure was. And Lori White, that's who she was. And bless her heart, she passed away from cancer. She was a great talent.
Wow.
But she is truly me. She did a duet with Travis Tritt. Didn't go anywhere, but she did a pretty good one there. This guy took Wagon Wheel to new places.
What a remake.
And what was the group that he was in?
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie. He was also Hootie at one time. Darius Rucker, born on this day back in '66, and the man is talented.
Awesome voice. Awesome. I tell you, Daniel House kind of reminds me a little bit of Darius.
Does Darius do country anymore, or did he go back to Hootie?
No, I think he does some country.
Okay.
But now he has, your favorite word, he has a wide genre of ability.
He does.
Ooh, y'all remember this big fella.
This, if you can't like this man, he was happy everywhere he went. Dan Blocker passed away on this day in '72. Now, I haven't seen his son lately, but his son looked just like him.
Yes, he did.
Man, that was a great show back in the day when all three of them were originally there, including Adam.
Man.
But Dan Blocker, what a great guy. Where Bob Wills is still the king. Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys. You remember him? He passed away in 1975.
I don't remember him.
Really? He was like... Waylon Jennings wrote many a song about that man.
Oh, wow.
He was like the king of Texas. He owned the music charts back in the 50s of Western swing.
Oh.
He's passed on now, as we found there in '75, but he was big during his day. You want to do some...
I remember.
They even had
a Friday the 13th.
No, they even had a bionic dog at one time, if you'll remember. You remember that one?
Now that
the German Shepherd?
That, yeah.
The bionic woman. Lindsay Wagner was her name, if you'll remember.
Yeah. She was good looking.
Oh, yeah, she was. Back in the day there. She wasn't no Farrah Fawcett by any means.
No.
She didn't have a poster.
She could have.
Could have. They stopped doing this, and they got a bubble after this incident in 1981.
Put a little shield all the way around him.
And if you'll see it right there in the crowd, there was a guy that did it. He lived through this.
I remember that.
And I remember Eddie Murphy talking about this, and he put it in one of his comedy skits. He said, if you want to get on the Hell Express, do this.
Yeah.
And he's right. Who does this
float
to the Pope? He was shot at today, back in '81. That seems like so long ago now.
Yeah, no, well,
and that was about the time that Reagan was shot at also.
Yeah, 83.
Somewhere around in there.
Man.
Remember Down at the Twist and Shout?
Yeah. Oh, Mary Chapin.
She also done a song called I Feel Lucky. Dwight Yoakam's in the corner and yada yada. Ooh, I feel lucky. 91, Mary Chapin Carpenter. Have no idea what has become of her. You never hear that name anymore. She's gone off. Oh, it ended today.
Thank goodness.
It was the weak Ewing. He was kind of the wimpy one, wasn't he?
Another one of those Greg sayings. I ain't get that channel.
Knight's Landing came to an end. And it didn't have the oomph that Dallas did. This guy here has made quite a name for himself.
Yeah, you walk under a rooftop that's got a bar up there. You might
think of
look
him
for a chair coming
flying
down.
chairs.
Now he got into some pretty deep trouble and did community service out
Yeah.
of it and everything else. He was lucky he didn't hit anybody.
It was. Man, they'd kill you.
But yeah.
Because it was at least a 3-story building there in Nashville. I don't know exactly how. This was one of I Am the Greatest. May have been his last. This was close to about that time where we started seeing the last ones there. But Buy Me a Rose.
Oh, man.
Kenny Rogers, some 25 years ago, had a #1 hit with that. But I almost like that last one there, that little boy in the baseball bat. Do you remember that? I Am the Greatest, where he goes out to the ball field with just him and his bat, and he throws up the ball, and he swings at the ball, and he misses it. Because he's saying, I am the greatest.
Yes.
He does it 3 times, strikes himself out, and he goes, wow, I didn't even know I was that good. I struck myself out. I am the greatest. and who can't relate to that song?
Yeah.
I am the greatest. Kenny Rogers, Love Will Turn You Around. There was so many songs. Lady.
Oh.
He really wanted to be a Lionel Richie. He did.
And that duet with, I mean, you can't really say a duet, but him and Lionel Richie did Lady. And that was good seeing them on one of these shows. They came out and sang it. And
Islands in the Stream. He had a string of hits for women. Dolly and a whole bunch of others. I went blank there. Dottie West was one of those that sang with him. Sheena Easton was one.
Yeah, I remember that one. Sure do.
But I love this show. It was just funny. I love the dog. Eddie was my favorite of the show. Frasier ended today back in 2004. Eddie was a cool dog. I don't know what kind of dog that was, but he was something else.
I can't remember. I can't come up with what kind of dog it was.
Frank Sinatra, a lot of you will know him. He got his very own stamp today back in 2008.
You're moving on up when you get your own stamp.
Yeah, you're in that Elvis category there.
Yeah.
The latest that I remember getting was Betty White is the last stamp that was, I think, of any famous person that got one.
Didn't somebody else, they just came out with putting somebody on the stamp here recently?
Betty?
Was it Betty?
But it could be somebody else if your third cousin, somebody.
Well, I was thinking it was somebody that we sat back going, are you kidding?
You had to watch this show if you were sick, because I don't see you watching it any other reason. Bless her heart, it just wasn't my kind of show. But Doris Day passed away. Que sera, whatever will be, will be.
Yeah. No, I didn't watch it
just
either.
Horrifying as a kid having to watch that. It just didn't do it for me.
Jack Russell Terrier, that's right, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah, but he was a cool dog. 2021, we would finally get the memo that you didn't have to wear this. And there are some people that still haven't gotten the email on this because I pass them in the car and I look over at them going, what are you doing over there?
You mean the ones driving by themselves?
Yes. And at the end of the day,
Barbara
that mask
Bush
done absolutely nothing for no one.
But remember, we talked about it on this show?
Yeah.
She's getting a stamp.
Yeah, Barbara Bush got the stamp there.
But yeah, boy, that was a slap in the face, that mask. You need some?
Do you remember that first, the guy that was, I believe he was like Surgeon General, the guy, and he was saying in the beginning, hey, this mask doesn't do anything, and they hushed him real quick, and they changed the policy immediately, and it done nothing.
Well, the cases of this stuff we were getting in had it stamped right there on the side. Kapow! Not for medical use, and not for use for preventing disease.
So that should have told you right off. It stops bad breath, that's all. That's kind of, it was a money thing, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Follow the trail.
Yeah. But yeah, when all that stuff on it. Boy, we went from working 50 hours a week to working 14 hours a day. Every day.
How did it do?
7 days a week. Oh, it wore us out. I mean, it was bad because we had all the supplies were coming into our office. And then we were having to divvy that out to the hospitals, to the nursing homes, to the clinics, and then take trailers down to pick up at a drop-off spot. So all your emergency management worked their tail off during COVID. It was a heck of a time. Austin got in the middle of that. It showed it didn't even stop. It just kept going, didn't it?
I couldn't help but notice last night. I'm not being ugly by any means of this. This is just the first time last night I'd seen him. Lionel Richie being one of the judges on American Idol. Has he?
He's been there 3 or 4 years, maybe.
And I asked this, and I'm not meaning this mean. Has he had a facelift like Kenny Rogers? Something was going on there.
You know, I don't know. He does look young.
His neck did not match his face, is the reason I say that.
Well, you know, they got some makeup too.
Okay.
They got a bigger staff than what we got over here.
Well, I ain't dabbing no makeup on you if you're asking me to do that.
I ain't putting none on.
But
I laugh too much, I'd be red.
But you know, here he is from American Idol there on the right there.
Well, I guess he saw Kenny Rogers, and now he always had a smile, and he figured, hey, I'll try it.
And I asked my wife last night, I said, who's that woman wearing the Cinderella dress? I had no idea that was Carrie.
I knew she was on the show, so I knew that was Carrie, but I'm like you. I had to look twice and go, is that really her?
And then there's Mr. Pansy on the end down there wearing his breeches.
Well,
designer breeches.
They were bedazzled on the back.
I can't help it. I am not a fan. One song, all my friends say. That's all I can get past. The rest of it, his music is, he can sing a song and I can listen to it and go, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? About corn growing, and I'm like, you don't know about no corn. It's just not believable.
Didn't he do the sweet tea?
No, that was Billy Currington.
That's right.
And he whooped up on some elderly people, and I rode him off. You remember that little boating accident there where he cussed the elderly people, and I had nothing. Oh yeah, he entered the he ain't coming back in my book listening to him ever again. But I don't know. A lot of you love Mr. Bedazzled Britches. What's his name? Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan. Yep. I want to say my stepdaughter Chelsea was in a video that he did. I think it was Luke Bryan.
But you gotta have in everything that's just, it ain't no meaning there to me. It's not a man who has lived. It's like, and tell me this, y'all. Y'all sat through a church service to where a preacher gets up and he preaches from the Bible. Have you ever sat through a service of a preacher who has lived it and you can tell it? There's one thing of reading words and then being a presenter of, you know, that person has been through that and it's believable. That's where I put Luke Bryan of not being believable.
You talking about somebody that grew up that's never been poor, wanting to help the poor?
Yeah, to that effect.
Yeah. I like a preacher that has who's been to hell and God plucked him out of hell. But, and he can relate on anybody else.
But it's a preacher, and I say this, it's a God-given talent. Some have it, some don't, of being able to save souls, because it is an art to be a preacher, to talk to people, to make them understand it. Not everybody can do that, and I say that in the most meaningful way that I can.
I'm not saying that you've got to have gone through drugs, but you have got to have gone through a harder life. If someone comes up to a preacher and says, "Hey, preacher, I've been drinking and I've dabbled in drugs and blah, blah, blah. Can you help me get out of it?" You really need a preacher who's kind of traveled that road before.
I see your point there.
And not one who has never divvied off that paved road. Nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you found God early and you kept that, and now you preach the word, because you do know how to change lives. and not taking anything at all from you. But some people need that counseling of, son, I've been there, but I can tell you what God can do. I think that goes a long way.
Is this saying Stacy Barr does not like me?
Another day of making fun of people that aren't redneck and simple-minded like yourself.
Well, I don't consider myself redneck.
Another day of making fun of people that aren't redneck. Who'd we make fun of?
I guess he's talking about Luke Bryan and his fancy britches there.
Well, Luke says he's redneck and simple-minded.
I'm simple-minded. Ah, well, thank you. Thank you very much for the compliment. I like the way I turned out. It's going to be all right, Stacy.
Somebody says Luke Bryan is a gimmick, and he's making money off of that.
Maria says that she was Rapunzel last night. I did not know that.
Well, that makes sense.
Steve says that's all about country singers today. Some people are called to preach, and some just go. I like that statement there.
That is a good one there, Eric.
Kim says her pastor, Robert Hughes, is an awesome preacher of the Word.
And I want a preacher who goes by the Bible.
You can't be
to have one of them.
You can't be making up things or changing the entire Bible. I'm against all that. But I am simple-minded, I just found out.
Well, that means you're not... the Holy Spirit lives in you, and you have everything. It is. The Spirit lives within us, but it takes that special person to push it out and give everybody that little kick in the butt sometimes.
There you go. Austin says I'm Redneck Batman. We'll be right back. Grass cutting season is here, and if you need a new lawnmower, drop in and visit our friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have the size yard you have. Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Visit our friends at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. American Portable Buildings not only has buildings, but they also have trailers. They're budget friendly, zero down, no credit check. Come take advantage of these savings today. Take a look at all they have to offer. If it's a trailer you need, they have them from 12-foot to 16-foot to 18-foot, even car haulers. If you're tired of having to borrow a trailer every time you need one, see them today. Call 601-693-6200 or drop by for a visit at 4838 Old Homestead Road in Meridian. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty. We want to point this out. What you got? You need something?
Well, yeah, somebody just texted me. I'm not going to say who it is, but I think they saved you. They said making fun of Luke Bryan would be saying that he looks like Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. What you said was not making fun of him. So I figured, well, that was kind of truthful, so I figured I better go ahead and say, yeah.
Put it out there. Tell it how it is. We got a message from the city of Meridian. There is a scam going on, and we want to remind everybody there is no charge for the concert that is going to happen in Meridian Wednesday night. It is absolutely free. There is no charge whatsoever. If somebody is trying to save you tickets, call the police department.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes. The concert is free. There is a fee for the parade, but the concert and everything else, that is 100% free. Remember, the city of Meridian is footing the bill for this, and there is nobody taking money at the gate.
I want to remind you of the poster making thing tonight. That girl will be live at Dumont Plaza this afternoon doing this, making posters beginning at 3:30 until 6 o'clock. Come on out for this big event, downtown Meridian. That's going to be happening tonight as we get ready for that. So don't miss out on that.
And if you could, if you're by the store and you see some poster board, pick up a couple, because I know they're going to have some, but we hope that there's so many people there that they run out. So, hey, if the Lord moves you to pick up a couple of them to take with you, go ahead and do that.
But let's show this. You want to talk about some team spirit? Man. Look at this, Odie.
That's pretty cool looking.
Let's show this here. This is a Jeep that's, they're really going all out for Jamal.
Man, that is pretty cool.
The next American Idol. That looks great there, even a little bit there on the front.
Well, I mean, you can spot that dude out there.
You can't miss it.
But obviously, it's taken everybody coming together as one to vote for this man. And we're doing it in force because we want to see this man win it all.
we got to say congratulations as we head down to Enterprise, Mississippi. Look at here, Odie. 3A champions. Can't beat that. Congratulations to the girls there. We are so proud of y'all.
Yes, awesome sauce for y'all doing that.
Awesome sauce?
Man, awesome sauce. I don't know where that came from.
Never heard of that before.
There was a commercial that somebody had that awesome sauce, and it just kind of stuck. Miss Winnie, we don't know why there's a feed for the parade, but there is.
You went to a few of the meetings. I haven't been to any of those of the planning,
and that part never came up. I wasn't in the meeting for that one. We were in the meeting for how this thing gets put together and what we're going to do to assist the city of Meridian.
But we will ask to find out and try to find out where the funds go. We'll see if we can't get an answer to that.
Yeah. Todd Tillman won during COVID, so we had a small parade, but nothing like this. Of course, that was during COVID, so we couldn't. But let's show Jamal how much we appreciate what he's done and what he's doing for the city of Meridian, and show up to support him.
All right. As we look here, we have someone who has lost their driver's license. Here's his picture. It is waiting for you at the McDonald's at Bonita. Left your permit there on the counter.
You might want to get there before you get pulled over.
Yes, sir. It'd come out handy there, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Can we see your ID? I don't know where it's at.
And there's nothing worse than reaching down and that wallet be missing. We've all done it. And you walked off. I'm assuming these folks will be back again today. I ran into them several times in this area. Poplar Springs Drive. This is up near Commercial Bank if you're going to be turning Old Country Club Road.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
They're out trimming up and working on power poles there. And so just be mindful in that area. And they're running new cable on Country Club Road. I bump into them several times a week as I'm trying to...
trying to make your way through?
Yeah, trying to get a shortcut. Depending upon where you go. But that time, we want you to be careful in that area there, one lane of travel as you come upon it there. Now, we didn't get a chance to bring this up yesterday. And I wanted to, because we were running late on time yesterday, and we went a little over today, but it'd be okay. When there's a wreck, and you know more about this than I do, of slowing down for travel, when there's a wreck, we don't want a secondary wreck to happen, and that did happen this weekend. Let me show you what the original wreck looked like. This was the original. A car off in the median is tore up pretty bad there. As emergency personnel, a.k.a. Metro, pulled up to the scene, they had not quite come to a complete stop yet in that left lane. They were pulling off into the grass, Odie, and this would happen. They were hit from behind. Now, of course, behind this was a fire truck that had blocked the left lane, and this car had gotten back into the left lane somehow or another and slammed into the back of the ambulance. I believe one person that was in the ambulance was then transported by another ambulance to the hospital for injuries. I don't think they were horrible, but transported nonetheless there. So always use a little bit more caution and slow down whenever you see blue lights, red lights on an interstate or a two-lane highway, because it is so dangerous.
Move over. There is a move over law, and I'm going to tell you this because I couldn't believe this. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I'd have never believed it. We were going to an emergency. I had my lights and siren on. We're going up a hill. Got behind a car in the left lane. We were in the left lane. They were in the left lane. Nobody else around. An emergency vehicle running lights and sirens cannot get in the right lane. We have to stay in the left lane. That means move your butt over. It was on the test. You study this. It's real simple. Move over.
Left lane.
To the right. Get out of the way. This should be common sense.
It is on your driver's license test.
Yes, sir. But what did this person do? Got in the left lane of oncoming traffic on a hill.
Ooh.
I went into, because if there was a car coming, people move out of the way. This is common sense, and I know that's a word we don't see no more, and it's a word that nobody practices anymore, but come on. If lights and sirens are coming from behind you, move over to the right. We can't go around that way. You've got to move over. And then when you see red, blue lights on a road, move over. Get away from them. If they're on this side, go this way. If they're on this side, go this way. But by all means, slow down. And I promise you, Scotty Ray gonna be there. So there's no sense in you trying to drive and video the accident. You're going to get better coverage. It's like going to a football game. You rather sit in the nosebleed or watch it on TV. He's going to be there. You'll see it.
That's
you don't want to be in
funny.
it. Like that one, I bet well, I don't know if she was recording or not. But if she was, I bet she was, well, I could have got this on Scotty Ray and not caused a wreck.
We'll be right back.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
Spring is here. It's time to get your lawn looking its best with Kubota mowers. Parish Tractor's Kubota Z232 KW42 is the perfect mower for a pristine lawn. And now, you can own one with payments as low as $95 a month. Visit Parish Tractor today and take advantage of this amazing offer. 2.99% APR financing now through 6/30/25. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more information.
More than a tractor store.
Welcome back to your friend Scotty Ray and Odie. This is already Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning. We did say that $35 is the cost to be in the parade, not watch it.
Correct.
So line it up, and yes, the concert starts at 7 o'clock.
We're going to have some kids from Crestwood on the front row. I'm hearing that they're going to be coming down to watch you.
Well, they're going to be kind of in the parade, and they're going to take pictures with that with Jamal with the American Idol, wanting some pictures with all his kids in front of him, and then they're going to end up going back to the school. And then if their parents want to bring them back for the concert,
okay, and that's how that works.
So, yeah. So there were some reasons that took place we won't get into. Dr. Carter, kudos for making that decision. I think it was the right one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so 7 o'clock, he's going to take stage and going to sing for us for a little while. This is at 9 o'clock. It's time to go. At 9 o'clock, it's shutting down. 9 o'clock, go home. Do not be hanging around. They're going to push everybody out quick. It is Wednesday. It is a school day. It is also a work day, so we don't want everybody getting home midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. A decent time. 9 o'clock, shutting down, and we'll have a good time.
I want to bring this up because I cannot tell you the amount of times it's been brought up to me. There have been numerous churches that have decided to get out of the United Methodist umbrella and go out on their own. The church that you're in.
We went global.
I want to say the Scuba Church where I went to as a kid is out of it now. And I know Lauderdale was one of the first that did this. Mm-hmm. The question became, who does the church belong to? And there was a lot of cases to where the churches had to buy back their church from the United Methodist. You familiar with what I'm saying?
So it wasn't, they didn't own the whole church.
They owned the land, or
whether they owned some of the building or whatever. Now, we did, once we left the United Methodist Church, we did have to pay them X amount of dollars for.
And see, it's different in Baptist to where Baptists own each individual church to where the Methodist.
Yeah.
And now
we own 100%. That place is ours. Oakland College Park Methodist Church belongs to College Park Methodist Church 100%.
And it ended up in Lauderdale to where they decided it was just cheaper to just go get another church, and that's what they did, if I remember correctly with that. Alabama, they're fighting back on this. Alabama pastors are going, whoa, wait a minute, it's our church as we do this, and a judge has ruled in their favor because of a clause in all of it. And all of them may not have this, but is with this in trust, and they're saying, well, that allows us to keep our property. We'll see this where it begins. A judge has ruled that they can go forth with a lawsuit to keep their church. We'll see what becomes of it after it happens in Alabama. But a big deal there.
That'd be interesting.
And if you're unfamiliar with what we're talking about, there's been a big departing from the United Methodist Church due to new policies that they have adapted.
Well, they didn't really adapt them. They just wouldn't ever do anything with it and agreed to it. And then when the people said, we don't like the way this is going, they basically said, well, I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. And so you see a lot of people going, well, that's not what the Bible says. That's not how the Bible reads. And this is what our foundation is. So we're going to go to where our foundation is being built upon. So that's why most everybody is leaving the United Methodist Church, liberal, gone woke, however you want to say it. But yeah, they've lost a lot of the Christian values. In my that is Odie's opinion and Odie's opinion only, unless you want to jump on my bandwagon.
Watch it. But that about summarizes it. And we have an Alabama church, a couple of them over there that are fighting this. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll give you an update on that as soon as we find out more about that.
Good deal. That's good.
Okay. Well, let's see. As we get into, I wanted to bring this up because I didn't recognize her. Jodie Foster. Do y'all remember her?
Yeah.
We look at Daily Mail. Here's a picture from one of her movies there. Jodie Foster's. She was on that
Hannibal.
movie.
That was in Hannibal when she was.
And she was on the plane with snakes or something one time. You remember her being on that show?
It's been a while since I've seen that.
Let me show you what she looks like now. I would not have known her.
That's her?
That's her. Spotted her on the subway.
I'd have sat beside her and says, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I would not have known her.
I'm Odie. What's your name?
But she's been out of the spotlight for quite some time. You hadn't had that progression of the way she looks now. It's like bumping into a classmate after 30 years. Who are you?
Yeah, some people just don't look. Melissa and I, she's probably watching. So I'll go into Walmart. It's been about 10 years ago. And I come in and I turn to the right. And I heard somebody yell my name behind me. I didn't have to turn around or nothing. I said, Melissa, that's you. When I turned around, it was her. She still looked just like she did then. And I hope to see her at a reunion coming up. Melissa, if you out there, good morning.
Well, there you are. We got any birthdays this morning?
Yeah, we do. We have a couple of them. Ben Avera's got a birthday today. And, well, since he's the only one, today would have been my dad's 90th birthday.
Well, I'll be.
And going back and look, he's been gone from us for 35 years. I've lived longer without my dad than I have with my dad.
And that's sometimes hard to swallow there.
Man, I wish he could see me now. He can. He's up there.
Silence of the Lambs is what we're getting.
That's it. That's the one with Hannibal. Mm-hmm.
Maria says it's called Aging Nicely.
Yes, I'm like wine. I get finer with time.
I have no comment on that, Odie. I am not touching that whatsoever. Do you remember when Ty Herndon was arrested, a country music artist from this area?
Yeah.
He stopped at a rest area, allegedly propositioned a police officer. Well, this happened to a U.S. Olympian who won gold.
Right,
Kyle Snyder has been arrested for engaging in prostitution. He propositioned an officer. Can't do that.
Yeah.
No word yet if that was at a roadside park or if it was somewhere else. We're going to let that be. I don't want to read anymore.
Ricky Everett, happy birthday to you. Got that one coming in.
We had another one there, I see.
Yep. Oh, Ricky's coming in.
I didn't read this, but I thought I don't know all of this. I didn't realize this is what I'm trying to say. Jackson Homicide usually runs for a year about 120 to 150, somewhere in that range every year. Meridian is going to average anywhere from 12 to 20 in that, roughly. Our population is so much smaller than theirs, it makes ours look worse than it is in Jackson. But they're saying at this point, homicides are down 50%. Why? This time last year in Jackson, they were at 44 murders. In Jackson, Mississippi right now, Odie, we're at 22 murders. So that is basically...
Let's keep going then.
Yeah. Is it because Capitol Police are involved?
But that's got a lot to do with
it. That very well could be. So tracking the numbers, Jackson, Mississippi, that does look good. Believe it or not, police presence makes a difference.
And now their mayor, he's still in the running, correct? Or have
no. He's already out, the current mayor. So it's going to be a new mayor.
Okay, so we've got a new mayor for Jackson coming as well.
He lost out.
Okay.
I had a note.
He was in the runoff. There's like 12 of them that was running, and he went into a runoff.
And it didn't pan out so well for him there. Let's see. I wanted to bring this up. We did have some. Let me get over to where I was at. One final note here as we go across this.
Hadn't heard anything about NBC coming to Meridian.
It's not their show.
But American Idol will be here tomorrow.
ABC.
And that's
American
ABC.
Broadcasting Company. Isn't that what that means?
That's it. Yep. Catherine Perkins, happy birthday yesterday. So, sorry we missed that.
We did have gunfire last night, yesterday afternoon, mentioned in the 300 block, 57th Avenue. There was no injuries. This was right before the victim was shot over on Westgate Hills. In the deep of the night, we had gunfire also happen 35th Avenue and 36th Street. We had gunfire reported there. So that was a sort of a look at what we have, and this gives you a general idea of where that was, right there. Here's Poplar Springs Drive is due west of there, as you zoom in on that. So just to give you an idea of what's going on. As we get ready to depart, it's that time of day. We got to let you go back to work and do everything else you've got to do.
Yeah, start your day and get ready for tomorrow.
That's right. So what do we have as far as a Bible verse today?
Let's see. The good Lord's always taking care of us. So he's going to send us today to Philippians 4. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding. That's all we've got to do is start our day with a little talk with God. And before anything that we do, any important decisions, if we include Him in our decisions and let Him tell us if it's the right thing or not. He does talk to us. All we have to do is listen. But we need to be in prayer daily, talk to Him daily, and ask Him for His guidance on everything that we do, because He will not lead us wrong. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll be around and about tomorrow. Hump Day, big day for Meridian.
Yes, sir.
Get ready. Stay tuned to Scotty Ray Report, because your parade route, the times, the concert, all that information will be coming out this morning. Scotty Ray will have all that posted. But y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the morning. But remember, overall, God's love, we love you too. Have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.